So James, maybe you can tell me a little bit about what's been going on for you lately.
I felt like a volcano that's starting to erupt, and I'm concerned about how it's affecting my relationships, but I don't know how to deal with my anger.
So we can just slow that down for a minute. Where would you put yourself right in this moment here on a scale of 1 to 10? 1 being totally calm and 10 being completely escalated to where you feel like you're losing control.
Just sharing it with you goes from a 4 right up to a 7, almost to where I was at last night, which was an 8 or a 9, where I was just about in a fist fight.
So let's just pause there for a second. How did you know that this was over?
Pardon me?
How did you know that this was over?
How did I know it was over?
Yeah.
What do you mean over?
Well, even sitting in here now, maybe the best way to
It's
think
not
of it is-
over. It's right here. I feel it.
Mhm.
I still have this anger towards this person who's a really close friend of mine, and it's almost at the point where I almost want to walk away from the friendship because I'm that angry.
So perhaps just, let's slow this down for a second.
Yeah.
If you could imagine an ideal scenario here, this the perfect outcome for yourself, what would that look like?
Taking his head off his body. That would be a really ideal setting right now.
Cut. Cut. Can't have that.
I know. Just,
So James, you felt like acting out towards this guy.
yes, totally.
Cut. Cut. This is the beginning. We're going back.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right.
Take 2.
Okay. So James, I understand that you had a bit of an incident there last night. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
I was hanging out with some of my friends, and there were some comments that were made by one of my friends that caused me to become escalated in my thoughts and my emotions, and I felt this real anger rising up, unresolved things that I've had.
So even now, just in this moment, where's that at for you on a scale of 1 to 10?
Oh,
1 being no anger and 10 being I'm furious.
I'm probably still at a 6 right now.
So maybe let's slow that down for a second. Notice where you feel most calm in your body, even in this moment.
Where do I feel most calm?
And perhaps even just noticing your seat on the chair.
I feel
Feet
calm
on the
in
floor.
my back. I feel calm just relaxing.
So if it's alright, maybe just track those sensations for a couple minutes. Just notice where it feels calm in your back.
Yeah.
Perhaps paying attention to the feet on the floor. And as you do that, you may want to even monitor your breathing. Notice how your chest rises, falls.
Well, yeah, I feel like I'm at a 3 now. I feel quite relaxed, just shifting what I'm thinking about.
Cut. You don't normally come in for this when you're at a 6.
James, so what brings you in today?
Anger, escalated thoughts and emotions that almost created a real scene in a coffee shop last night.
Last night?
Yeah.
How are you doing right now in this moment?
Between 1 and 10.
Now, let's say a scale of 1 to 10 where 1 is perfectly calm and 10 is enraged.
I'm close to an 8, I'd say.
Close to an 8.
Yeah.
So maybe what we want to do is just slow things down a little bit for you, even in this moment. If you do a scan of your body, where in your body would you feel most settled?
My upper back.
If it's alright, maybe just draw your attention there for a moment. Notice the sensation in your upper back.
Okay.
So James, if you could imagine what the perfect outcome of this would be for you, what would you envision? If you had anything you wanted, desired in terms of an outcome for this, what would you see for yourself?
Perfect outcome would be where my friend who I'm sharing how I feel about our relationship, where he would actually say, "Oh, I really appreciate you sharing that, and I had no idea that my behavior was affecting you that way." That he would just own his stuff instead of him being stubborn and being right.
So even in this moment, why don't we just imagine that unfolding for yourself for a second? Just imagining that validation from him and acknowledging those pieces. What would you really love for him to tell you, to listen to? What would you love for him to hear?
Love for him to hear. No, love for me to hear, you mean?
Certainly.
James, you're absolutely right. I am really stubborn, and I don't really want to change, and I'm always giving you my opinions, and I really shouldn't be doing that because I'm just as stuck as you are, probably more stuck than you are because I'm not making changes in my life.
So even now in this moment, just hearing those words, taking that in, it's your experience.
It'd be like day and night. It's actually hard to even conceive of, but just the thought of conceiving of it is like...
What's that doing into your body?
Oh, it's just causing joy. I just feel rejuvenated. I feel excited. Just the fact that that could actually... Just the thought that that could happen is cool. Gives me...
James, cut. We're good.
Good. So James, I just want to check in with you in this moment, just to see where you feel you're at right now after this little exercise that we just completed.
Well, I feel probably closer to a 4. Like, big change. Just the fact that I could actually visualize the outcome being so different than what it really was.
Yeah.
It's quite remarkable, actually.
I'm wondering if you would be up to trying something else. I wonder how you would feel about considering the other person's perspective, if you'd be up for that in this moment.
Not really.
Okay.
I'm still very angry at that person, but I'm willing to try just because I do value our relationship, but I'm still don't know how to deal with my anger towards this person.
All right. Well, before we get into that, maybe we'll do a few more other exercises.
Another exercise? Okay.
Yeah. So you're thinking about what you desire for this. You mentioned feeling validated from this person.
What I desire? Equality. I want to feel powerful just like him. I want to be heard. I don't want to feel like I'm some project of his where he's doing me a big favor by...
So let's just pause for a second.
Yeah. I'm getting escalated again. I can feel
just
it.
noticing that. Just
Yeah.
noticing how that's coming up for you. That's all right. Where do you feel that in your body?
Right here. Yeah. And it actually makes me feel powerful, just getting angry, and I've never felt that way before.
What does your body want to do in this moment? Any impulse, any desire?
Yeah, I want to fight. Like, that's how I feel, because I've always been in flight mode most of my life, or frozen. And actually I'm feeling like fight mode, and it's empowering. I've never felt that way before. Even though I know it's probably not good, but...
Perhaps just taking that in for a moment, what your body's doing, just noticing how your body responds. Noticing the impulse.
Oh, just actually being able to feel that actually gave me a release. It's as if I almost had this fight. The fight's done, and I'm like, wow, I feel good.
You can even imagine what muscle you might move first. What part of your body would wind up for the fight?
Right here, my chest. Yeah.
So perhaps in your mind, just imagining that perfect punch.
Perfect punch? Oh, the perfect punch would be just like...
Just imagining it, just
Imagine
following through
it?
in your mind how that would...
Oh, imagine in my mind. Perfect. Yeah, I can imagine it.
What are you noticing now?
Kind of like that toy with the little box of the clown, and you hit him in the head, and it's got that neck. That goes,
Perfect. I want to go with that for a second.
yeah. Because in all honesty, he's my friend. I don't really want to hurt him. I'm just angry.
What are you noticing now?
I'm noticing that I'm feeling a lot more at ease right now, and I'm not feeling as angry. A lot less angry, actually. Like I'm probably around a 3 or 4 right now.
Okay.
Cut.
So, Andrew, maybe you can tell me a little bit what brought you in today.
And I had this fight with this friend of mine, and just really frustrated, really angry. I just don't know what to do with these emotions.
So, in terms of where you're at right now on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being totally calm and 10 being enraged, where would you put yourself even in this moment?
So mad, so upset. I feel like probably around an 8 or a 9.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, maybe let's just slow things down a little bit. Take a moment. Perhaps just notice your breathing. Slow that down and notice how you breathe in. Notice how you breathe out. What you can do is breathe in as deeply as you possibly can. Hold that for a second or two. And breathe out as long as breath as you can take. Breathing out. Noticing how it comes out. Noticing how it comes in. And slowing that whole process down.
Cut.
Okay. Andrew, maybe you can tell me a little bit what brought you in today.
And we had this horrible fight, me and my friend, and just didn't know how to go through my emotions and process through them. I was just so angry and so frustrated. I felt violent. I felt super angry.
So even as you're talking about that right now, where would you put yourself on a scale of 1 to 10?
10 being
10 being enraged, 1 being perfectly calm. Where do you fall on that scale?
So I felt about an 8 or a 9.
You felt or you feel right now?
Probably, coming down a bit, but still in that range. Maybe a little bit like a 7 or an 8 now.
Okay. So maybe what we can do is just an exercise, paying attention to your body and noticing where it's at right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I can just lead you in following your breath first off. So to do that is just to breathe in as slowly and deeply as possible. And you hold that for a second or two. You just let your breath out as slowly as possible. Just paying attention to the sensations, noticing yourself breathing in and holding and breathing out. Letting all the air out, breathing in, holding it, and exhaling.
Okay, cut.
So Andrew, just after having spent a few moments paying attention to your breath, where would you put yourself now on that scale of 1 to 10?
I feel better now. I feel a bit more relieved. I feel a bit of the stress coming off of me. I feel more peaceful.
Yeah. And so if you could envision what you would like to have happen in a scenario, what would that be?
What scenario would that be, Darcy?
Well, this situation that you just mentioned with feeling frustrated with your friend.
What would I like to have done to that person, or what would I like to see?
What would you like to see as an outcome?
I'd like our friendship to be restored. I'd like to see us become better friends and allow better communication to exist.
How long have you been friends?
We've known each other for about 10 years.
Okay. What do you like about this person? What's good about the friendship?
It used to be really good. It used to be really fun and engaging. I used to enjoy being with that person a lot.
Perhaps tell me about one of your best times with them.
One of the best times probably would have been when we went to Korea and hung out in Korea and just spending time doing some adventure.
And what was that like?
It was fun. We were on the beach, we were running and laughing together, and we had a really nice dinner after that.
So just even recalling that scenario right now, what do you notice in your body?
Just feeling lighter and just more empathy towards that person.
So in the situation that you described there, I'm just wondering what it would be like if you would be in a place where you could consider where your friend is coming from.
Sorry? Start again? Consider being in a place?
So if you think about the scenario, I'm wondering if you had a chance to reflect on your friend's perspective in all of this, what that might be. And if you feel comfortable even going there at this point in time.
Am I supposed to know? Like, am I supposed to be...
No? No, you're not supposed to know. It's just whatever you would imagine they're.
No, I'm just wondering what kind of role am I? Am I someone that knows that and understands that, or doesn't know
In
that?
the real role, you are. Where do you see your wife? Just be
So
real
just
with it,
express that?
But don't
Yeah.
talk about your wife.
Yeah.
It's a person. Just start over again. Darcy.
Starting again?
Yeah. So Andrew, just based on what you told me, I'm wondering if you would be open to reflecting a little bit differently, just even considering your friend's perspective. If you'd be open to that, how would you feel about that?
Yeah, I've thought of her perspective, and yeah, I'm open to hearing it. I'm open to listening to that person and hearing why they get to do what they do.
Any sense of where the hurt lies for her?
Yeah, yeah.
Where might that be?
I've hurt her. Yeah, there's a lot of pain I've caused and generated within the relationship.
What's it like, just even as you're talking about that, to reflect on that piece?
Brings regret, brings sorrow.
You can imagine the perfect repair to this. What might that look like?
Our friendship being restored and us being able to communicate peacefully and kindly, gently with one another with respect and honor.
Yeah, that's a good desire.
Thanks.
Yeah. Okay.
So Andrew, just you mentioned about getting that email. What were you noticing in that moment?
Just a lot of tenseness, a lot of anger. Just got really frustrated.
And even
Just
now,
wanted to react rather than respond.
right? So even now, just thinking about that scenario, what do you notice in your body?
There was just like a ball that kind of knitted up, tenseness, and frustration.
So if we could just slow that down for a moment and pay attention to that ball, where do you feel it now?
I would say it'd be in my chest.
Does it have any kind of edges to it? Where does it start? Where does it finish?
So it just comes out of my being and just flows out of me. It fills up my.
So perhaps what you could do, if it's all right, just imagine it flowing out of your body. Just maybe one little micro drop at a time. Noticing how it releases. And as you do that, what are you noticing?
I'm just feeling it flowing out of my body and releasing it.
You can imagine it having a particular color or particular shape.
I'm imagining it going from red hot to blue, like a river.
So let's just follow that for a moment, if it's all right. Just imagining it going from that red hot to the blue. Just letting that happen. How does the blue feel?
Feels good. It feels refreshing. Feels like jumping in a lake.
Yeah, so just perhaps taking that in for a moment. What are you noticing now?
Just feeling a calmness over my body and just tension leaving my shoulders and my stomach area.
Yeah, so it's all right, just following those sensations and tension leaving.
Okay, cut.